What's up, everybody? Loopy Fist here, and if you don't know me, I am an official Marvel Snap content creator, and I've been streaming Marvel Snap over at twitch.tv/loopyfist at least 3 to 5 days out of the week since November of last year, and I've just grown to completely love the game. It's taken over my community, and I was so happy to find out that I was chosen to showcase you guys Alioth for the first time, and I'm really excited because Destroy is probably my favorite archetype in the entire game. I love cards like Death and Null and Arnim Zola. Some of them are my favorite cards in the game. So I had to be the one chosen to do this. Nobody else can do it. It had to be me. It was destined to happen. So today I'm going to be showing off 3 decks that I came up with. Hopefully you guys can find out some more ways to play Alioth. He's a very cool card. The thing about it is that he can destroy cards that are face down. That's his unrevealed. He destroys all cards that your opponent played on that turn. So it doesn't matter which turn it was. If they were played on that location, they're going to be destroyed, which is really cool. So you can stop things, whether they're big or small, that your opponent's doing. Maybe you can kill a Patriot if you snipe it out after they play Wave, or you play Wave, or whatever you want to do. You can do a lot of cool things with this card. You can stop combos in their tracks. So you can do a lot of things. So I made these decks, and the first one I'm going to show you guys is actually called Purple Haze. And the reason I call this deck Purple Haze is literally just because we have a lot of things in here that are purple. Or does it look purple to me? I mean, I'm kind of colorblind, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully, well, don't worry about Viper and some of the other cards, but most of these cards have at least some kind of blue or purple tinge to them. But the whole point of this deck is to be able to lock down your opponent and win that lane. Hopefully you can get like a Professor X on top of a Nebula lane, maybe on top of a Hawkeye. Just have some ramp up to get where you need to go, and then hopefully after you've secured that with whatever you need, you can then win the other lanes by playing Alioth on wherever you need to. What's really cool is that Alioth can destroy the card before it's revealed. So things like Odin, or maybe something like Shuri, anything like that. If you have priority, it's really good. So you might be wondering, what's Ghost doing in here, and why do you have Viper? Well, one cool thing to ensure that you that you always have priority. Some people don't. This is a cool thing. You can Viper a Ghost over to your opponent's side of the field, and that ensures that you will always have priority unless they Enchantress this, or they decide to do something like destroy it with Carnage. As long as that's there, you're good. So we know that our cards are going to flip first, which is awesome because we can destroy things with Alioth before they even happen, which is really cool. So this is probably one of my favorite decks that we got out of here. So let's go ahead and get some gameplay showcasing this off. Okay, like we're gonna be going up against EO, Cheeky. This can be bad. Sakaar can be bad in a lot of ways. I'm gonna let fate take the wheel. Okay, it threw out Ghost. I did not want it to throw out something. If we would have got Professor X, I swear it would have been bad. Like, there's no way it would have been good. We're gonna lay down Hawkeye, then we're gonna go into Medusa and hope to win this lane based off of just like power. It would be nice to go into Wave and then go into Professor X, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. It also sucks now that we do have Ghost on our side because we don't really want Ghost. Okay, Magic's coming down over here. Would have been nice if you Magic the big house, but that's fine. I don't mind. Now we got a 9 power lane here. We don't have to worry too much about it. And big cards can't be played here, so that's always fantastic, right? Gonna go ahead and lock this down right here like that. And unfortunately, because we have Prio and we're not getting Viper, but we can see what's happening. So here's an option. We could definitely, wait, they're doing that. That's really spooky. Wait a minute, they're not. Wait, that's not spooky at all. Never mind. That's not in the least bit spook. I could just lock this down right now. But also, because I know that they don't have, like, I don't think they're gonna have much they can play over here. But also we have wave coming down, so next turn they won't be able to play anywhere except for maybe over here. So let's go ahead and lay down wave into Psylocke. We don't need Psylocke, but it's nice to have. Okay. Now, they can't play anything here. And I don't think they won't have anything to win here with next turn either. I'm not gonna snap, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go into Shuri. Well, I guess I can do a couple of things. I can go into Alioth and hope that next turn we end up getting, if we get Absorption Man next turn, it's kind of GG. Nothing they can do. But I could also go into Shuri and then Alioth. But I also just wave through them, and they're probably going to be going for something big. Let's go ahead and destroy it. Oh, they just pieced out. So we had lots of options there for what we wanted to do. And that's honestly the option that Alioth brings, I think, is one of the biggest things he's going to be having. So I'm just going to play Hawkeye first, the middle. Then I'm going to go for, ooh, we got some good cards here. Nah, Nebula's gonna be a good choice right now, mostly because, well, you know what? Let's go for Daredevil. You know what? Let's not. Next turn, I can play Nebula down on the right and also play Medusa middle. So that seems smart to me. Okay, thinking a lot. What you're gonna do? I'm playing on Nidavellir. Okay, that sounds good. Hopefully you don't have Killmonger. Oh, I'm on the Nidavellir. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. There. Okay, so we got Blade. Getting rid of your Dracula. Interesting. This might just be a true blue discard deck, guessing. Is there anything I want to play over here? I think just playing Absorption Man over here to try to ramp up a little bit. They're also going at it over here. They didn't really want to target. That's fine. Okay, where are you gonna be playing? You're playing over here with Colin Wing. Okay. If I do this, pretty sure we lose. I could also literally just try to give you that and does this lose us the game if I give them like Nebula or something maybe? Them a -1. That. So next turn, what is this gonna be? They're gonna gain 2, but they're gonna lose 3. So they're really losing just 1. So they're gonna be at negative. Wait, I'm sorry. If Nebula is gaining, Nebula's gonna gain 2, but they're gonna lose 3. So they lose 1. So they're gonna be at 2, and we're gonna lose 3. If we lose 3, we're at 3. But we win this. So I can do this and I should be able to win. This should be an ensured victory right now, unless they have something like Blue Marvel that they can stick over on Nidavellir. Besides that, I can't think of any way that they could possibly win. Maybe Khazar, but they have to play everything over here on Nidavellir. That's the thing. Let's see what happens. They leave. Okay, great. Victory. Oh, maybe they were doing the same map that we were doing. I'm not sure. But as I like to say over the Loop Troop, a win's a win. I'll take those 2 cubes and I will jettison my way out. All right, guys, the next deck that we got up is a deck I like to call Catch Me If You Can. This is a really cool deck. It's basically the deck. It's very similar to the deck that was very popular like last season, where you would use Absorbing Man after using Brood. But before you do Brood, you would do Forge. So you end up with all these big cards that are copying little small increases of power, but it's huge. You also got Iron Lad in there too. Maybe you can get a hit with that. But we got some other things in here like Jean Grey, which is nice because you want to play Jean Grey at a later turn on a lane you haven't used a whole lot, which forces your opponent to play there. And then you got stuff like Dr. Doom and Alioth just preventing them from being able to catch up to your ramped up cards. Of course, we also have Jeff there, just in case we want to go for a little cheeky outside of Jean Grey. It's a very good option. And of course, we have Patriot to buff up all of our clones. This is a very good deck, just simply because you gain so much power. If you think about it, well, if you go into Forge and then you go into Brood, you're gonna end up with 15 power on that lane. And then if you go directly into Absorption Man, they did nerf it a little bit because he's a 4/4 now, no longer a 4/5. So it's gonna be a 4/12 with no repercussions. That's a fantastic card. Most 4-drops that give that kind of power have some kind of bad side effect, like an exploding Atuma or a -1 on all your cards with Typhoid Mary. So very good specs on this card. But this deck is really fun to play. You should definitely try it out. It's a nice way to say, hey, you have no chance of winning now because I have you in checkmate. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, looks like we're going against Jimi Hendrix over here. I should have been playing with my purple Haze deck versus this guy. Apparently I have nothing I can play. It would be nice to get Forge into Brood. Of course, I know that there are 12 cards, and next turn we will have pulled 5 of them, so maybe we have a chance to get Brood. 5 out of 12? What are the odds? Come on, give me Brood. That's good too. I'll take that. Well, you know what you do when you get what you want. You take it. I'm gonna go into Forge, into Brood over here, and then into Absorption Man. And I'm gonna see if they can take this. It's gonna be probably quite difficult for them. I think that this just kind of wins on all customs. So they're just gonna get a buff on their Carnage, that's it. They won't be the biggest card in this lane for long though. They're only 7 power right now. Actually, no, they will be continuing to be the biggest card in that lane. Well, no, wait. They're gonna be for a while, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna Brood here on Wakandan Embassy. Then I can go into Absorption Man over here. Really cool thing, you don't have to do this. Just to let you know. You really don't have to. You could very much easily just play like, what we got here? Colossus? Don't care. I have tons of power over here. But you could easily go and to do something. That's not, I want to do this. This, that, and well, Bucky's gonna end up being what, 6? Bucky's gonna be a 6. I would love to kill him right now, but this makes them have to play over here next turn. Even better, if I do this and this, They have to play over here next turn. It's pretty much, unless they can win everywhere else right now, because we're, oh, they locked that down. Wow. Well, so now I have a few options. I can go with Patriot or I can go with Alioth. And I think that we kind of win with both. I wish I would have played Patriot now instead of Jean Grey. I'm so surprised that they decided to play Professor X on that over there. But they still didn't have anything and we managed to win. Wow, okay. So this was still a good, so look, this deck is very good at ramping up a lot of power early on. And we could have gotten even more power by playing Patriot, but of course we're limited on deck space when Warrior falls. So we just, like I said, the deck's name is Catch Me If You Can, so. What the heck kind of name is Kyler? I do not like that name. I don't know why I don't like that name, but I don't like that name. So I don't think I have any 1-drops in this deck, so that's one thing to think about. Well, you're gonna be skipping turn 2 a lot, but don't fret. That happens on a lot of decks. You don't play anything early, really. Okay, so we're gonna go into Forge and hope for the best, because we might not have it. Again, that I've seen them go into that Carnage after Nova play. Sacred Timeline? Nothing I really want in my deck, so probably don't really care that much. It would be nice to get something good here, perhaps. Maybe if I even play this over here, just to see what can happen. Because this could end up getting pretty big. Unfortunately, we did not draw into Brood. So we can't ramp up too fast. But we do have Forge, which is helping us get some power early on. We're thinking a lot. I'm gonna play Wolverine on their. Why is it already 4 power? Wakandan Embassy. Forgot all about that. Interesting enough, I forgot about it. If I play Jean Grey over here, it's gonna force them to have to play over here, which can be nice. I'm probably gonna play over here this turn. Makes sense to me. Now we got Jean Grey. Bucky is gonna be extremely hard for them to kill. What are they gonna do? And they thought long and hard about that one. All right, a Hobgoblin? Really? Really, my guy? Well, you just caused yourself to lose the game. Because I'm not moving. I'm not gonna let that happen. Not only that, I'm gonna get to pull. So yeah. So now that we're winning over here by like a bajillion points, and I don't have to play there first, I can do a couple of things, and they can only play one place, right? And I have priority, so we can do stuff like this, and this should automatically win us the game. Now, I guess they could do some stuff by like maybe they might have a 1-drop they can play over here and play somewhere else, but I don't think so. But because we have priority, nothing they add here wins. If they, let's see. If they have Dr. Doom, how does Dr. Doom go? Dr. Doom might be good. What if they have Destroyer? Destroyer won't win here. Wolverine would have to come back down, and he would still only be, what? +2? Would still be winning here? Dr. Doom will be 4 power here. Huh, this is interesting. I'm not sure. I think this is my best bet. Let's see what they got. Nothing. They got nothing on it. They're gonna get out of there. Well, Kyler, it was good. It was. I would like to say it was nice knowing you, but unfortunately, I don't think it was. We outplayed you. See, that's the value of Daredevil, too. So if you Daredevil is great because it allows you on turn 5 to ensure that you're going to be winning and have priority for the next, because you get to see how the board's going. So if they stay after you play Daredevil, especially if you snap, which I don't think most people would stay after you snap with a Daredevil and you see what they've played. So they have to be very cheeky if they do. But it just gives you like so much, like there's nothing he could drop here to win, I can think. And if he does, he'll win somewhere else. Like what? We're winning by how many points here? I'm not gonna do the math. 16 plus 6, 20, 22. Said I wouldn't, I did it. He'd have to drop an Infinite that got hit by Wakandan Embassy, but he played this last turn, so he can't do that. I don't know what he could do. Even Destroyer would lose here. So yeah, gotta have that knowledge, man. Okay, everybody, so I had to do this deck as well. We have a deck called Cloudy with the Chance of Kneeling, and the reason I had to do this deck is because everybody and their mama have been talking about Galactus and Alioth and how that's gonna be. Is it gonna be as bad as Spider-Man and Galactus? And I guess the only one way to find out is if I test it out for you guys. And what I saw so far with it was the fact that Alioth is, for the most part, adds another line. Galactus doesn't work unless Galactus is winning the lane, right? Well, that's a good way to play around Galactus, right? Well, if somebody has a lane open and you feel like they're gonna be playing Galactus because they got Bub out, Wolverine, if you don't know, as well as Nimrod, you think that's gonna be Galactus. But what if it's not? What if it's Alioth coming down to that lane on turn 6 and you just screwed yourself? This is gonna be extremely helpful for Galactus players in Conquest because you have options, and what you need in Conquest is options. So let's go ahead and get into this deck and see how it goes. All right, looks like we got a good hand. We got Shuri, we got Galactics. We got Alioth and Electro. So pretty decent. Does have a 5 power Nightcrawler right now, and that's pretty scary. All right, so now we can start actually doing stuff. Let's go ahead and play Electro over here, because one thing I don't want to happen is to end up on Aunt May's and be screwed. Because I would like to have this option to play things. Now, hopefully this goes mid. That would be quite nice. Hopefully that rock doesn't mess up anything. I don't think it will. It shouldn't mess up anything. This is virtually impossible to win now. This turn 5. No, we have 5. We have 5 mana. Probably would have been smart to play Shuri here instead. Shuri into Galactax, but this is also fine. Wow.
Aid my hand.
How much is this gonna be? So I could do this, and this would win us the game. Do they know that? I think is a question. Let's find out. What are you gonna do? What you got? Debris. Wow. The one true counter to Galactus. But at least we win that lane. And not only that, we win the game. Because they can't do anything here now, right? They can't, unless they have something like Blue Marvel. But even if they have Blue Marvel at this point, we still win because we have Alioth. So this is another powerful part of Alioth. He does prevent your opponents from having any chance at winning. Especially in this case. So what you gonna do? I'm not gonna snap because then they'll know I have Alioth. Wow, they didn't do anything. Wow. And I mean, I mean, what could they possibly do though? Right? Like there's nothing they could have done. Honestly, at this point, your opponent's gonna know that you have Alioth. So they're like, well, he's got Alioth. And that's where it comes into fruition, right? Because after you play Galactus, you have some options. If you won that lane, and then there are ways to like to be winning. You can win both lanes and then play Galactus, and they play the card over here that gives them priority afterwards. They didn't have enough time to do it, and then they're winning. If they're only winning by a little bit, which Galactus does have 7 points of power now, so there's a chance. You can then play Alioth on top of that and still win, depending on what they play. If they play something that, you know, if they play Cosmo, obviously it won't work. That's the only thing that can stop it, but because Alioth have to switch over first. So you always have to think about the priority in the order of precedence. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? All right. Okay, so takes for the card Alioth. I think this card is fantastic, especially in Galactus. You can do things like just ensure you're gonna win. If you have priority with this card, there's not a lot of things your opponent can do, especially when it's in the late game. And if you filled up the board with a bunch of stuff that you're just winning on lanes and they can't do anything about it, then that's just it. They have to think to themselves, does he have one? Null. Does he have Alioth? Oh my gosh, that could be even worse than null in some cases. Does he have a Hobgoblin? There's so many things you have to think about now. Do I think this card replaces Spider-Man? Actually, I think this is better than the Spider-Man Galactus play because it gives your opponents no option. Imagine back in the day. Oh no, imagine this. Oh, I can't play here because Spider-Man webbed the lane. I can just play Jeff, and they don't know that, but it doesn't matter if they do that anyways because most time Jeff's not gonna be enough. But I digress. It doesn't mean you don't even have that option anymore. Because if you play Alioth, it's pretty much saying, yo, I don't know if you could play something, but I know you're not. Because you better not. And it's just awesome. If you can somehow manage to get enough energy to get a null out earlier too, you're just feeding null, man. Like there's a lot. I love this because I love Destroy, but I have no idea what this card is gonna do to the meta. All we gotta do is wait and find out. And I don't know. Lambia will probably end up creating some kind of crazy sick meta-breaking deck. But guys, it's been an honor doing this. I had so much fun playing with Alioth for the first time. Hopefully I can catch you guys again doing this. This is really awesome. So you guys go enjoy Alioth. He should be coming out soon, and I'll catch you later.